Hi guys, many of my students ask me, no again, all of my students ask me, why did I leave my high-paying corporate job and travel 10,000 kilometers to open a school in a small city in Tuscany, Italy? Basically the right opposite to Mumbai and Bangkok, large chaotic mega cities where I used to work before. Well, first I'll tell you a very defining moment from my childhood, and then I'll tell you why I left everything and I came here. And in the process, we'll discover 3 secrets to learn better. Intro. Hi guys, my name is Abhisek and that's enough for an intro for now. I'm going to take you back to a school race, a 200-meter sprint that I participated in when I was 7 years old in my 2nd grade. And let me tell you, I was a bone. But then I have to tell you that I used to kill it in the place where I used to live. Like in my neighborhood, I was like really amazing. My parents were very proud of me. Well, that's an exaggeration, but I really used to kill it in my neighborhood. So now, I was standing at the start line. I didn't even care about how many people are there in the yard because, winners don't care about how many people finish behind them. And boom, we went off. I was putting all the effort as I always did. And a few meters, I realized there were many participants in this race. I felt like I was a part of a herd of buffaloes in Discovery Channel, when all of them are running when some lion or hyenas are chasing them. But to get an important part, I said, yes, a part of them. Because they all were going ahead of me, and seeing that, I put in all the more effort that I could. I tried to run as fast as I could, and it was the first time in life that I realized that my legs weren't going faster. I really wanted to go faster, but I just couldn't. And before you know it, I was around the 150 meters line in the middle of all the dust. And then, of course, we reached the finish line. And no one came to congratulate me, no one came to high-five me, no one came to support me, nothing. That day was a monumental moment for me. It was a hard truth that day. I didn't know why exactly that happened that time, but I was smart enough to understand that I couldn't justify my loss for a long time. Things like, they were all elder kids and I'm like the youngest in my class. No, none of those excuses were there for me that day. The truth was that I realized that I was in the real world, not in my small residential society where I was the best. But for some reason, fortunately, that day I decided I didn't want to lose, also in the real world. And I knew that in order to do that, I needed to learn how to win. The key word is not win, is rather learn. I needed to learn how to improve so that I can be worth something, not just in sports, but later on it helped me be good at school, in relationships, at work, in business. Learn. In fact, that is why I even named our school L.E.A.D, which is an acronym, and L stands for, guess what? Learn. So basically, I had to learn the hard way how to turn failure into learning, and the 3 key steps to it are acceptance, consulting, and patience. Acceptance. I accepted that day, hands down. I wasn't the best at this large school. I definitely wasn't. In other words, you're not the center of the whole world. You might be very important in your family, in your neighborhood, but not in the real world. Of course, you can be someone worthwhile, but you need to know what's your starting point. And it's amazing what you can do knowing your starting point, because there's only one way ahead. That's all. Number 2, consulting. There are others who are better than you are. Go ask them how they do what they do and really listen. Now the point is listen, because every one of us is cocky enough to feel that we know a lot. But remember what I said before, accept who you are. And do you know who are one of the best consultants out there? Teachers. They are better than you are, in the sense they know more than you do, than I do in the subject that they are teaching. So shut up and listen. Of course, I understand. I also don't agree with some points of like every teacher or every person who I've ever goddamn met in my life. But knowing that they are better than me in some things gave me the maturity to listen to them instead of pointing out the flaws. And in the process, I learned a hell lot from them. Number 3, patience. There are too many people in this world, and believe me, I know, I grew up in India, okay? To go ahead of the crowd, I bet it will take some time. I mean, it took a lot of years for that scrawny little bony kid, you know, to not be so scrawny. Okay, sorry. I thought I was wearing a t-shirt, but believe me, there's more than bones under this t-shirt, under this shirt. And it took me years. Seriously guys, it will take time, but you have to continue putting all the effort, all the work, and just be positive and hope that things are going to turn out for the good, and they will. But till then, you got to keep doing everything on the way. Remember, learning is a never-ending process, and as Steve Jobs said, you cannot connect the dots looking forward. So you just have to continue doing the stuff, and one day when you look back, those dots will be connected. Needless to say, guys, there are other steps involved in learning, such as hard work, meditation, using resources around you, reading books, being opportunistic, etc. But let me tell you, if you don't know how to accept that you are not the best and there is so much to learn from so many people out there, there's no amount of books or hard work that can help you. So just be a sponge, accept your situation, be ready to listen and learn from others, and know that it's going to take time. But one day, you are going to be there at the front of the line, one day. And that's what I did. I accepted I wasn't happy in making a lot of money, but instead I wanted to create a larger difference. And it wasn't easy. I was a 25-year-old kid who just decided to leave his corporate career and come here. But then I took opinions from people with more experience, took their advice, of course with a pinch of salt. But hey, now I have a school in Siena in Italy, and I'm putting the hard work. I have been putting all this hard work, no vacations, no wastage of time for more than 5 years now. And I'm patiently waiting for the opportunity to come collide with my hard work, which I keep putting every single day. That's all from me. Peace.